Good day. Today we're talking to Dave Sheret. We're going to talk to him about his background and some of his views on the technology challenges that are needed for the future. Welcome. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
So, Dave, tell us a bit about yourself and your background, please.
Well, I guess my background in oil and gas started about 12 years ago. So I moved to Aberdeen actually to be the sponsorship manager for Aberdeen Football Club for the company that was a shirt sponsor. So and I did that and then went back to Robert Gordon University, did a law management degree, and came out of there and did a postgrad in New York and came back from there and worked for the Chamber of Commerce. And then when for 4 weeks, which turned into 4 years, and then through the Chamber of Commerce, as you would imagine, you get a very good understanding of the overall business community in Aberdeen. And there was a small company that had started up that had met quite a charismatic chief executive there, and it all kind of grew, and they wanted me to come and work there, and that was Bibby Offshore. And I stayed there for 10 years, started out in client account managing, and then finished up as the general manager for global business development last year. And then took the opportunity to start my own company, Archer Knight, which focused on some of the areas that I'm really passionate about in the subsea sector, which is microeconomic data and call-off support. And that's been a fantastic journey. It's been really, really good fun, and it's a challenging time just now, but also a really good time in the oil and gas industry in the UKCS. And I'm also an executive member of the Subsea UK board as well. I think that when I spoke about earlier about attitude as well, we need to look at what is, and especially in the UKCS, we've actually got we've had so many years where we've spoken about it being a mature area and it's a declining, where actually we're in the perfect position, we've got the perfect canvas for life afield. There's nowhere in the world that's
better than us. We are the most mature basin.
We are the most, so we can be industry leaders on this. We can take the lead and come up with some really smart stuff that will do what we did when we were pioneering, and then it was exported around the world, all these skills. We can do the same again. And I guess it'll lead on maybe later on to talking about OpEx, where we have to get connected with renewables. We have to be able to fit in with renewables in order to have a more sustainable plan for life afield. So there has to be this way where we take a look at what we're doing, get fit for purpose. That doesn't mean unsafe. It means strip out all the process, constantly challenge what we do, and look at everything from composite pipe to power sources on the seabed to the waste of what we find drives me crazy. We find gas and then we burn it, and that's incredible to me. And we find gas and we don't. How many times we find a cake and eat 25% of the cake and then leave 75% behind? Certainly not me, right? So we've got to look at how we can get more out of the reservoirs. There's really, smart technology that's coming out doing that. Norway are getting to 50%. Some examples where they're getting 50% extraction out of reservoirs.
Subsea wells.
Yeah. So what are they doing? How can we adapt that? How can we share? So communication's key with it as well. It's not just about the technology; it's how we communicate the technology. Mm-hmm. And but we've got a chance to do that here. This is perfectly set up. We need to, as an industry, really embrace it and make R&D a part of. Most companies will have finance department and an ops department and a business development department and so forth. But R&D can sometimes flit in and flit out. It shouldn't. It absolutely shouldn't. That's the future for every company that's out there. So that needs to be given. Each company needs to be given more focus on their own R&D, developing their own product, and then rattling people like me at Subsea UK to say, we need this and we need that. You need to voice our opinion and get this out there and do it more. So I think each company, each person has a responsibility to do that. I cannot for the life of me go and understand why there isn't a synergy between marine renewables and CapEx developments going forward. there's so many things that point that this is the way forward. They're both producing energy. They're the great thing about.
So what you're saying here, that the two, when you're doing a field development, there should be an oil development and a renewable development as one campaign.
There has to be that thought process when you talk about. I mean, how many times do we see developments that purely generate gas so as that a platform can have power and generate gas? We've seen that. Can that not be done by wind? Can we not have that? Is that not a bit more so we can use that gas to put it to market, or we can put it somewhere else? Because the great thing about barring a meteor hitting the Earth, it's a pretty infinite resource that you have with wind. So it's sustainable. It's got an ability to produce a very clean type of energy. So can windmills not power some of the power on a platform? Is that not possible? There's talk. I know Chris Pearson's very well, and Chris is very passionate about this subject. And is there ability to be able to take hydrocarbons and transport them a different way? We've seen some very nice concepts about essentially milk tanker type tankers that are coming around and developing ways to extrapolate more from wells in a very cost effective type way. So it's taken that type of thinking, but bringing in marine renewables into it. I cannot see that all these windmills and we spoke with your colleague earlier about wave technology and so forth. I think wave technology's got a way to go yet. There's probably a bit more development being done there, but wind technology is happening. We spoke earlier. The Subsea 7's big project just now is a wind project that a lot of people wouldn't even think about in the UK. And how do we do that? How do we keep that put them in together? And then you share in capex, you share in focus, you're tying in more to the infrastructure of the UK. It has to be put together. It's there. I'm really surprised that they haven't taken more of it.
See an offshore oil and gas development as an energy project, and don't see it in isolation as we're an oil field, we're a gas field, we're a renewable field.
Yeah, we're an energy producer.
We're going out there to put in architecture and infrastructure, make the best of all the resources that are available at the point.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's, if we shouldn't use hydrocarbons to power platforms if we can take it from renewable wind.
That's just inefficient.
It's just inefficient. It's just nuts. It's so we just need to. But there's a way to go with that, and I'm not saying that this is something that we can do off the shelf just now. But why not? Why not? Can we not think about this? I think it's a way probably which goes back to life of field, because maybe we could get more, and we could more hydrocarbons because we're not burning them, and therefore we have longer life of field with
better use
and better usage of the. We're actually pretty well set up to start doing that. The UK's wind and development is pretty advanced for global now. I mean, there's a big push for it. There's a lot of wind farms being spoken about. There's been a very good merge through the downturn of actually wind starting to use oil and gas type assets and oil and gas type project management. There's been an economic merging there already. I just feel really excited that we could do more with that, and that's what I'd like to see in greenfield developments.
So from two formerly competitive energy sources, you now see a collaborative energy mix.
I don't see any option for us not
to do that. Okay. Dave, thanks very much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Good to speak to you.
Cheers.